Nanaimo RCMP have now confirmed that the two people found dead in a car at Departure Bay were a mother and son. Investigators believe 43-year-old Gerrit Swart shot his 76-year-old mother and then killed himself. A News Mid-Island Bureau Chief Jonathan Bartlett joins us now live with the story. Jonathan?
Andrew, now that police have confirmed the identities in this murder-suicide, Nanaimo's local music scene is trying to come to terms with the tragedy. On a park bench next to Departure Bay Beach, flowers have been placed near the parking spot where two bodies were found in a car early Saturday morning. At about 8 o'clock in the morning, joggers found a man and a woman dead in a Suburu Legacy. Police scoured the area for clues, but quickly came to the conclusion that other than the people in the car, no one else was involved.
We're at a position now where we're comfortable in stating that we believe it's a murder-suicide and that the firearm used was the one found in the vehicle. When in fact, it was registered to the male occupant of that car.
Police also confirmed the identities of the mother and son, 76-year-old Janetta Swart and her son Gerrit Thomas Swart, 43.
We believe, based on our forensic examination of the car, and also we found out where she lived and we thoroughly searched her home, and many conversations and statements obtained from friends and families, is that Mr. Swart took the life of his mother, then killed himself.
Janetta Swart lived in this gated community in Nanaimo, just a few blocks away from Departure Bay Beach. Her son Gerrit lived in Vancouver, but traveled often to Nanaimo, where he grew up.
The vehicle was seen leaving Mrs. Swart's home at approximately 7:45. Mr. Swart was driving it. Apparently he was being driven back to the ferry. It was not uncommon for him to drive the mother's vehicle, and then the vehicle was found shortly after 8 o'clock in the morning.
Gerrit Swart was a well-known and talented bass player. He was in a band called The Mix in the 80s. His latest band was called The Jam Inc. Swart had toured with award-winning blues musician David Go-Go.
Anytime that something like this happens, it's going to be a shock, but particularly when it's someone you've known for this long. You know, like I ended up hiring Gerrit to play in my band about 7 years ago, and we took a trip over to Europe together.
Police say they will probably never know the motive in the murder-suicide. They do say mental issues were a contributing factor, something people who knew Swart would agree with.
He definitely, in the last couple of years, seemed troubled, and I think, unfortunately, if you have a physical affliction, whether it's a sore back or a bum leg or something, you seek help, you talk to people about it, or if people notice, I'll ask you about it. And I think if it's a mental issue, which perhaps this was, that unfortunately a lot of people are too embarrassed or shy, I don't know what the deal is, to talk about it or to seek treatment if you're the one suffering. So it's just tragic on so many levels.
The BC Coroner's Service has now taken the lead in the investigation. Other people I spoke to today who knew Gerrit Swart told me he was kind and friendly, but who was struggling with many demons these past few years. According to some online comments, Janetta Swart was a retired primary teacher. She has been described as a vibrant, lovely lady. David Go-Go said it best, it's tragic on so many different levels. Andrew?
Tough to hear. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.